Peggy 18.
When I was 15, I believe, I got sick. What I got was PlayStation there. That was like another world I can be, that actually saved my life. I was in a room with like 5 other kids there. Actually, one of them, couldn't, speak. But, you didn't need any words there, we played together and get excited, and sometimes you don't need words, to communicate, to be friends. The Quiet Man is, communication beyond words, and I knew it for a long time ago.
The Quiet Man is an incredibly ambitious cinematic experience that is attempting to weave a movie and a game into one experience that seems seamless to the player.
It's about a badass guy that's gone through some trauma. He's had a hard life, so he's trying to deal with it, he's trying to piece things together, and he happens to be an amazing fighter.
Tonally, you have all the trappings of a good, noir crime kind of thriller. Very cinematic experience with dialogue that you can't hear, done through the perspective of our protagonist Dane, who is deaf. It's a game done with a big company like Square Enix, and yet it's an independent vibe. I mean, it's really an indie game.
It's only like 3 hours, and it is designed to be, completed in one sitting. It's like watching a movie.
Yo! Wrong address, dog! No one ordered no chow! Muévate!
When Kensei originally pitched a soundless video game, which was the very first sort of iteration, this was just such a thrilling concept. To go, how can we really pull this off? Can you really do that? And it's obviously evolved to include more sound design, but the basic heart of it is still there.
そうですね。僕やっぱりゲームの音を作ってる立場なので、音がないゲームって果たしてどうするのかなっていうのと、あとそれをサウンドの僕にどうしてその話をするのかなっていうのが一番最初正直な気持ちでした。
Dane's inability to hear, first of all, forces the player into a completely different state of mind. We're so used to, if anything, sensory overload. Surround sound, and I'm listening for our people sneaking up behind me, all the things that I'm used to doing in a game. That's gone. There's still sound design to the game though, which is used in a very, very clever way. When somebody's speaking to Dane, there's these melodies, these like ethereal sounds that come through to let you know he's understanding what's happening.
This simple idea, putting myself in the place of a character who I have very little understanding of a world without hearing, because my world is all about hearing. That really drew me into the project. And in my normal kind of production space, I'm used to like layering on tons of sounds and kind of, in many ways it's a way to kind of cover up that you're not quite happy with something, so more layers, more layers, more layers. So actually having this, again, a kind of limitation in the scope of sound, I really enjoyed working in that space.
I think the game approaches the players with a unique challenge, and it kind of forces you abruptly to know what it feels like to be a person who cannot hear.
There are things that he knows that as a player you don't know. There's a level of excitement trying to go into this universe and not understand what people are saying, but trying to put, puzzle it together yourself.
I think it's also important to keep in mind that the deaf community and hard of hearing people, you can't just clump one person and just stereotype everybody as like that. It's really important to keep in mind that Dane is a character who cannot hear, but uses lip reading, some ASL, and some gang signs to communicate with those who are closest to him. Just because he's a person who's lost his hearing doesn't make him a saint, He has issues and conflict that he has to deal with himself, and looking for hope, as we all are.
The most challenging aspect for me on this project was the fusion of reality and CG.
Why do we feel like we need to stick to the CGI thing. You know, that was my question. If the goal is the high quality photorealistic, you know, CGI, why don't we just shoot it then? You know, what's the difference?
で、特にやっぱり感情の機微だったりだとか、そういったものがまだ CG には表現しきれないところがある。
We ended up shooting our live action footages in Sofia, Bulgaria. There's this great studio there. It made it look like it's real New York.
I think one of the biggest challenges with the effects on this game was the level of fidelity that it had to match up with live action, the lighting, the amount of detail.
Part of the process was 3D scanning, so we had digital handheld scanners that we would use to scan props.
It also involved a lot of scanning characters from all the different facial expressions and doing VO voice recording and performance capture just to bring those digital doubles to life in the game world.
Dane has a lot of anger issues that really come out, certainly during combat.
We wanted to have the character have a great combo system, but make it accessible. We wanted it to have a lot of moves, but not necessarily require a lot of memorization.
I did a lot of research because I really love action films like Ong Bak and The Raid. Watch those like fighting scenes. That way I can get the best composition for each punch, kick.
So not only did we have a combo system, but we had a system for finishing the enemies. We had a system for using the environment on our enemies. We had a system for grabbing our enemies, throwing our enemies, and putting them against the wall and kind of doing what we call a beatdown.
All of the ways that you can dispatch a character in this game, there's no way that you can see all of it in one sitting. You couldn't see it in 2, 3, or 4.
左手が脱力してここでパンチ入れます。引いたタイミングで
Working with KOIKE-san was an amazing experience. He's obviously a very well-rounded martial artist, and it shows greatly in all the choreography that we worked together to, to put into the game.
今回、クワイエットマンという仕事をいただいた時に、初めはですね、実写部分を、実写部分のアクションシーンっていうのを、作ってくれということでオファーを受けて、そしてそれを受けたんですけれども、そしてその何ですか、キャラクターの、戦い方だとか、プロデューサーの藤永さんといろいろお話ししていく上で、こんなことやりたい、あんなことやりたいっていうのが実写部分で作っていく上で、部分も後からちょっと、やっていただけないかということを、言われて、そしてゲームの部分のモーションキャプチャーも担当させていただきました。
We are not interested in vanilla. Some people are great at vanilla ice cream, and we don't want to make vanilla ice cream. It's not what we're interested in. This is a very unique flavor, and the people who want that flavor and who want to be challenged in an immersive experience, I think are going to find this game and really enjoy it.
For me, The Quiet Man aims to say more than what might be on the surface.
The Quiet Man, I would say it's a crazy game, crazy concept. It's a crazy, ambitious project to, even to start with, I believe the video game changed me, and if one video game, can change people's mind, that means video game can, change the world. And that's how I believe, video game can be, much more than just fun.